cactus and succulent growers, it's Lynn, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing in some of the cacti and succulents that are not cold hardy back into the house for the winter months. They're forecast 2 degrees Celsius for this upcoming weekend at night time, so it's been a massive drop in temperatures because we've had the weather lovely and mild here for the past week or so. It was 20 Celsius over the past few days and some nice sort of sunshine as well. It's been beautiful for October, but they forecast the temperatures to suddenly drop like a ton of bricks overnight, and 2 Celsius is forecast. So panic. Time to move cacti and succulents that are not cold hardy back indoors. And it's going to be a little bit different this year to my previous overwintering video vlogs, because normally I sort of do them all in groups. For example, I'll do one day I'll be focusing on the Hylocereus, the other day I'll be going to be the Euphorbias, then I do the Cereus, and then I do the other mixed cacti. But because it's sort of forecasted to drop pretty quickly, I'm going to be in this video taking in the mixed cacti that are not cold hardy, or ones I just want to protect the winter into the grow room because they're new to me or they've had problems in the past. And all the Euphorbias are coming in, and the Hylocereus. Now I have a lot of Cereus cacti in my white greenhouse, such as Pilocereus and other Cereus cacti, Matilio cactus, Cereus spiralis, and other varieties that also have to come in. But I'm going to be doing that in tomorrow's video. Today's video I'm going to be focusing on the mixed cactus plants I have to bring in, and I'm going to focus on all of the Euphorbia because they are very cold sensitive, and all of the Hylocereus, Pinocereus, and other types of sort of Hylocereus cacti group, that commonly known as the dragon fruit varieties, which are these, because these can even dramatically decline even at 5 Celsius. So the nights are going to be quite cool even up until the weekend now, so they have to come in. And normally I was a bit unsure what to do this year, because those of you who watch my channel know that Hans and I have got a new polytunnel coming soon. It's going to be replacing this big green one. It's a completely clear one. We've ordered it and we haven't it made for us, but the company don't know when they're going to have it ready for us because they have a backlog of orders. They're very busy, and it could be this month, October, or it could even be November. So I was hoping we could just, all of these plants have got to come in when we have the new polytunnel, and I was hoping we could just bring it all in at the same time and then put them away. But we're still waiting for the new polytunnel. We don't know how long it's going to be because they are busy, but it is going to be, which is exciting. And then every single plant in this big green polytunnel has to come out into the house then while we have the new one put up, and then they're all going to be going back out into the new one for the winter. And I also heat this polytunnel, as I will be with the new one as well, at 5 Celsius. We have a heater that is on a thermostat set at 5C. So if it drops to below 5C, the heater will kick on. And I keep all the plants in the polytunnel that can cope with 5 Celsius. But Euphorbias and the Hylocereus and the Pinocereus and other types, and there's certain cactus plants and succulents that need a minimum winter temperature of 10 Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So even with our heater on, they will struggle at them temperatures. So that's why I have to bring them in. People say to me, Lynn, why don't you just turn your heater up and have it at 10C, 50 Fahrenheit? You keep everything out here then. You don't have to bring anything into the house. Unfortunately, we can't afford to, because heating is extortionate at the moment, especially in the UK and Ireland. And there's a big, massive difference in costs between keeping a polytunnel at 5 Celsius, which is 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 Celsius. So sadly we have to do what we have to do. But I've got room in the grow room, and I'll show you, just going to show you now the grow room, because that's also in my office, and I've made plenty of space on the tables to bring all of these plants I'm bringing in there. So I'm going to show you the grow room now. Now here I am in my office, and as you can see there's a lot more space in here than what there normally is. I've given everything a really good clean, all the trays, and I pushed a lot of plants. I had a lot of plants spread out here for the summer months, and I pushed a lot of the ones at the side that don't need as much light as the Euphorbia and the other cacti do. For example, some are Ripsalis and Epiphyllums here I've pushed to the side. And this is a south-facing window, so it gets plenty of sun onto this table, when we get sun, that is. And this time of year, from the winter onwards anyway, the sun comes right through into the room, so all this table gets flooded with sun. And I've also got a grow light as well, which you can see there, Mars Hydro, and that's a bit of a booster on the grey days as well. And plenty of table space now to bring in the Euphorbias, the Hylocereus and all the other types of not cold hardy cacti. And I've got my very large dragon fruit cacti there as well. And there's also another grow light there that I can put on for them. So, and these trays are free. And then I've got my hanging plant stand here that I have a lot of my epiphytes on as well, mostly all Ripsalis. And there's some of them also that are going to have to come in. I've got some epiphytic cacti that are not so cold hardy, so they're going to be coming in and put on this plant stand. But as I say, going to be doing it all over a few days. I've got some Hoyas up there as well, and mixed different types of cacti. So that's all the space I've made. Really pleased. And now I'm going to start bringing in the mixed cactus plants first. And some of the smaller mixed cacti can go in the window because there's plenty of window space there. Some of the smaller ones, and then the taller plants then can go onto these tables. Now, I've made plenty of videos on overwintering cactus and succulent plants and their minimum temperatures. I think I made one quite recently on the minimum winter temperatures, and also cactus plants and succulents that need winter warmth. And that might give you a bit of an idea if you're new to growing cacti and succulents and you don't know whether your cactus or succulent can survive outdoors in either an unheated greenhouse or a slightly heated greenhouse, or whether it needs more warmth indoors. Do check that video out. I'll link that video up above and down below in the video description. I'll also be down below in the video description other videos I've made on overwintering cacti and succulents. Hopefully it will help you out if you're new to growing cacti succulents and you want to know if they need to be brought into the house or not. So first I'm going to start on the small cactus plants that need winter warmth, that are coming in. They can go straight into my window as I showed you in the grow room. So on this side here, the first one I'm going to be picking out is Ulbomania here. This is my Ulbomania pectinifera, and this is definitely a cactus plant that is not cold hardy. I'm just going to put this here onto the tray. I'll move my gloves away. This is one that needs a minimum winter temperature of 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 10 Celsius, because this will rot if it's kept outside or in an unheated greenhouse, or even at 5 Celsius. It needs winter warmth, so that's going to be coming in. That's the first one I'm choosing here. And I'm also going to be picking out some that are cold hardy, but I just want to overwinter them because they're a little bit sensitive. I'm going to be bringing these. This is one of my Epilantha micromerices, and I've got two of these here. I've got another one here, and they are cold hardy. They certainly survive at 5C if they're kept dry. And I'm going to be keeping this one out here in the polytunnel. But this one last year, it kept coming down with mealybugs, so I want to bring it into the grow room purely because I want to keep an eye on it. I've got the white powder at the bottom is diatomaceous earth, and it looks like it's doing pretty well, all the new growth at the top, but it is a little bit sensitive to bugs, so I want to keep an eye on it. That's why I'm bringing it in, because I can check it regularly when it's indoors. I might Cactus disciformis as well. This is another one that can also take the cold if it's kept dry, but this is so special to me that I really don't want to risk it, so this is why I'm also bringing this in. And here as well, this is a Coccemia setispinus. It's part of the Mammillaria group, and this is a new recent addition I got from my wonderful friend Danny Rose. And this is actually meant to be cold hardy also, but it's new to me and I've not grown this one before, and because it's new and it's used to Danny's growing conditions, which are indoors, I'm going to overwinter this purely this time indoors also. These are all great for going into the window in my grow room. And Matucana, now this is a Matucana The majority of Matucanas are not cold hardy. They need a minimum winter temperature of 10 Celsius, 50°F. And I've got a couple here. I've also got some other Matucanas that I have also in the house that I've kept indoors. This one is a Matucana Poltsy, and it is that one, it's a little bit more cold hardier than the others. And actually when I overwintered this one indoors, the first year I had it, it didn't like it, and it did perfectly well out here in the winter last winter, and it was bitterly cold, and it seemed to do okay keeping it dry. So this one I'm going to probably risk keeping it in here. I'll see how it goes. But this one is a Matucana Auriflora, also one from Danny this year, lovely, and I'm going to be taking that in because Matucanas ideally like a minimum temperature of 10 Celsius, 50°F. The next cactus I'm bringing is my mellow cactus, and this one is also one that Danny gave me, so all from Danny, very kind. And it's one I'm trying to reroot because when Danny sent it me, it's lost its roots, and he said, Lynn, maybe you'll be able to reroot it. Minimum of 10 Celsius, 50°F, and it's also one that not only needs winter warmth, it needs winter watering as well. I do hold back on watering such as mellow cactus in the winter, but I will still lightly water them sort of every sort of 6 weeks because they don't like to go dry for too long. They're not a desert cactus, they're more tropical. So do bear that in mind if you have mellow cactus. And see if there's any more cacti I need to bring in on here. I think all of these are pretty much okay. And as I say, when I do bring a lot of them in, when we have the new polytunnel, I can go through a lot again, but they'll certainly manage. This one, by the way, is dead. This one is one of my Turbinocarpus days, and I noticed it was going dead a few days ago. It's completely dead, so I'm going to take that one out. Gutted. I don't know what happened to it. I've had it for a few years, but it's got that dry rot, and sadly after the summer you can sometimes see a decline with plants, so very sad because it's one I grown from seed back in 2015, but it's as dead as a dodo, so sadly that's a goner. But the majority of, in fact all of my other cacti and succulents have been done very well over the growing season, and this is all my Slumbergira Christmas and Thanksgiving cacti packed with buds. Look at that lovely pink bud on there. It's going to be very soon, they're going to be blooming beautiful as well. But they're okay. Slumbergira are pretty cold hardy if you can keep them at a minimum of 5 Celsius, and again these I lightly water throughout the winter as well. So pretty much that's it, I think. Mammillaria longimissima. No, for Ariocarpus, very cold hardy. I think that's just the delicate ones with the cacti that I need to bring in. There's nothing else over here. All the Mammillarias, everything that's all cold hardy. And Gymnos, Pharaohs, Camasarius, all of these Echinopsis, all as cold hardy as anything, and certainly the Apuntias. We have some more mixed cacti in our white polytunnel, including some Apuntia from the Galapagos Islands that need winter warmth. So they're also going to be coming into the grow room, but I'm going to include that in, if I don't put the video up tomorrow, it'll be the next day, so do stay tuned for that. But that'll be coming in the video after this one, as well as all the Cereus, Pilosa cereus and other types of cereus cacti that are not cold hardy. So that's all the cacti, and now I'm going to be taking everything that is on this table except for this Crassula falcata. All of these here, majority of them are Euphorbia. The one here is an Alaudia from South Africa, also my Euphorbia Tiracali, and all of these Hylocerai varieties are all going to be coming in now into the grow room. But before I do that, I'm going to find a home in the grow room for these. Now that's the mixed cacti put away in the window, as you can see there, in the Urbomania, and the mellow cactus there as well, and the little Matucana there. And I just want to mention as well, I've made a bit of space here because I just had things, I don't know what, big boxes, and as I cleared the space here, and it means when we bring some of the cereus cacti in, we have a special grow room for the cereus cacti, the Pilocereus and the other not so cold hardy cereus cactus plants. But I'm going to be putting some here in my office as well, because it's a good light here and a lot of sun comes through, so it's a good spot. It's nice to have some cereus cacti in my office as well. So now all this space here, the next thing I'm going to do is start bringing in all of the Euphorbias. So then all these euphorbias now, I'm going to start bringing them all up. And what I'll do, I'll bring them all upstairs, put them onto the floor in the grow room in the office, and then I'm going to show you what they look like when they're all put away. Oh my God, certainly a good exercise, moving plants in and out the house all the time. Now, it's all the euphorbias brought in from outside. And I've also bought all the Hylocereus varieties as well, all at the same time, because it's just easier to put them all away. I just sort of get them all up and then put them all away. And I put some of the Hylocereus, the larger ones, on this pole here, on the hanging basket pole, because they can have trailing growing up there. And I put some string on just to attach them, because they were there last year and they did well there overwintering on this the bottom of the the hanging basket stand, I should say, and go well with all the other epiphytes, because Hylocereus dragon fruit plants are actually epiphytic too. And here all of the euphorbia types and more Hylocereus. So I've got these trays at the back there. I'm going to be putting them all away now. And as I mentioned, there's the cereus types of cacti. I've also got some euphorbia, tall growing euphorbias in our little white greenhouse. But we're going to be completely dismantling the little white greenhouse anyway at the same time when we bring the cereus cacti in, because everything is all coming down. Both the green one there and our little white greenhouse is going to be completely dismantled and thrown away. So we've got space then to put the new clear one up. So that'll probably be in tomorrow's video or the next day when we dismantle our little white greenhouse and bring in all the cereus varieties and other not so cold hardy cacti. So now I'm going to put away the euphorbias and show you what it looks like when they've all been put away. Now guys, just putting this lovely big euphorbia away, and look, it's in flower. Gorgeous little tiny green flowers there, absolutely awesome. And this is Euphorbia nadjuniensis, absolutely gorgeous euphorbia. I've had for many years. I got from Urban Plant Life in Dublin. Absolutely gorgeous. Woohoo, that's them all put away. All the euphorbias and the Hylocereus and the smaller cacti as well in the windows there. So they're all going to be nice and tucked away tidy to overwinter until the springtime. And I'll just show you what I've got in the window there. I've also made sure that I've got space so I can still go in and reach any in the window that do still need to be watered. And that's the most important thing, because in the past I put tall plants right at the front and have not been able to reach. So that's something you have to think about when you bring plants in as well. So lots of different euphorbias here all mixed in there. And it's a little bit of a mess, but when you have a lot of plants and you have to bring them in for winter and you've just got to put them on the tables, you have to just put them where you can put them, to be honest. As I say, the most important thing is that you got somewhere to overwinter them and keep an eye on them over the winter months. And I got some more there, the Hylocereus varieties and Selenicereus, Piniocereus, all different varieties. My big Euphorbia tiracali I've got there at the back, and I've got a mirror here at the back as well, because this reflects extra light onto the plants. So because I don't have a window here, the mirror does reflect extra light onto the plants to give them additional light as well. And then when I do have the grow light on the dull days, this again reflects into the mirror, reflects back and lights up the whole of this table. As you can see, there's plenty of space left. So when we bring the other plants we have to bring in from the white polytunnel, there's plenty of room to put them here on these two trays, and there's also room here as well on these trays. So there's quite a bit of space left still. And when I've got the ones that I have to bring in from the white polytunnel, the smaller ones, and they're all in, then I might be able to rearrange them a little bit more better again. But just the important thing to put them away for the moment. And happy that I've done that. And as I say, I've got my hanging basket stand there, which I'm going to be putting some more of the epiphytes that I have to bring in to hang in on there also. And my Hylocereus also on the bottom growing up the pole. So happy days. My gosh, that's a good bit of work done today. And do stay tuned for part 2 coming up in the next day or two of me bringing in the ones from the white polytunnel, all the not cold hardy cacti, including some of the Opuntias from the Galapagos Islands, and also the cereus, such as Cereus spiralis and other type of cereus, Pilosis cereus, and that's also going to be coming into the grow room and also our grow room downstairs as well. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. Have you bought your plants in for the winter yet? Let me know in the comments down below. Or are you lucky enough to live in a lovely warm climate all year round? If you haven't done already, don't forget to subscribe. Do click that notification bell. You can also follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook at Desert Plants of Avalon. And for more growing tips, do check out my website, desertplantsofavalon.com. I want to wish you all a fantastic cactus-powered day.